Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and welcome back to some more Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. In the previous parts, I returned to the Thousand Year Door itself and learned the whereabouts of the next Crystal Star location. It currently lies in a floating city known as Glitzville, and in order to access Glitzville, I need to take a blimp. This blimp in the background to be specific, but I did not previously have access to this blimp because I did not have a blimp ticket. Now I do have a blimp ticket, so it is time for me to not board the blimp just yet, for you see, I have not properly explored this location in the game up to this point. So before I go on board that blimp, I'm going to tell you all right now that there are star pieces to be found here. Once you have access to the spin jump, which you should have upon completing chapter 2, you can go ahead and get this star piece right here. Huzzah! Yes, thank you, a lovely piece of star. And I will tell you right now that there is one more star piece that can be obtained, but you do need the blimp ticket to get it because it is on the loading dock for the blimp. So let's go ahead and talk to this nice fishy fellow here, and we can go ahead and showcase our blimp ticket and get ready to board this blimp. This flight goes to Glitzville. You will need a ticket to travel with us. Why, I do have that ticket right here. Everything looks in order. Will you be coming aboard? Yes, I shall. Then please, watch your step as you step aboard. Oh, I love this little bowing animation that you're doing. I love it. Thank you. All right, so the next star piece should be like here. No, further back here. Yeah, in the original Thousand Year Door, this whole area over here does not go this far back. I'm pretty sure in the original Thousand Year Door, it only goes up to about here, and the star piece that you would find over here is like here. I imagine they added this extra space for two reasons. One, to hide the star piece, and two, so that when I take the blimp or when I take the train later on in the game, that they can add a dynamic camera angle so that they can showcase perspective as I exit this part of the game and enter new locations. And speaking of entering new locations, let's reach new heights! Let's take this blimp over to Glitzville! So two quick things. One, that whole cutscene that we just watched of Mario and his friends just riding around in that blimp on the way to Glitzville, that did not play out that exact way back in the original Thousand Year Door. That was added to this remake purely for spectacle. And I'm going to be saying spectacle a lot in this chapter, so you better get used to it. And two, though this is my favorite chapter of the game, there are a few things that I will fault it for as time goes along. But for now, I must admit the prospect of some hurly-burly gets me a touch piqued. Yeah, otherwise, Glitzville is quite the fun location. It's like a theme park in the sky, and that, conceptually, is really, really cool to me. Now, darling, let's find that crystal star, However, I do have one quick, half complaint, which I'm gonna say while I try and find a star piece that's gonna be right around here, and that's that the song playing right now for Glitzville, it's fine. I like it, but this is one of the few songs in the game where I do think I like the original Thousand Year Door theme more. I can tell kind of what they were going for. They were trying to add, what's the name of the instrument? It's like a Chinese violin. Oh, I'm so not a music guy. I just like listening to it. Either way, they added this Chinese violin to the song, and it's a beautiful instrument, and I do like it in the song, but it definitely changes the vibe of the song for Glitzville. Whereas in the original Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, it was just supposed to be like this big bouncy place. I guess it was always supposed to have some sort of, at the very least, Asian influence, and I just never picked up on that in the original Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. So the fact that they updated the song to better accompany that makes sense. I'm just not a huge fan of it, but the song still sounds fine. And also, Would you believe it? There was a star piece over here hidden behind this here phone booth that does not require you to ground pound the floor. Yes, it's true, there are still some star pieces that are readily available without the need of ground pounding. But at this point of the game, you would need to complete Chapter 2 before you can even complete Chapter 3, so you should have the ground pound anyway. And speaking of, you can ground pound this little blue switch over here, I guess big blue switch, but you can ground pound on it to be able to access more exploratory areas within Glitzville. So if I ground pound on this blue block, we can get a nice little staircase to appear here, and yes, I can access that rooftop. Yeah, it is otherwise a relatively small location, but that doesn't mean that there aren't places to explore within it. For you see, if I go up on this rooftop here, I can obtain a Power Plus P badge. That's relevant because I recently obtained a Power Plus badge for Mario, so now I can go ahead and equip this and make my partners just as powerful. If I had some more BP, yeah, I'll have to hold off on it for a little bit because I need a whopping 6 BP in order to equip it. I suppose I could unequip other badges like Quick Change or my own Power Plus badge, but I think it would be my best entry to just go ahead and level up 1 or 2 more times, and then I can apply the Power Plus P badge when that time comes. So, otherwise, I can hop on here, I can plane my way over here. Here we go, yeah baby, look at me go. Woo, really enjoying that Glitzville experience. Well, that was fun. That's the closest thing we're gonna get in terms of an equivalent to a ride here at the Glitzville. You'd think there'd be like a Ferris wheel or a roller coaster or, bungee jumping or something. But no, none of that. There is this, but Mario is just barely unable to reach it. Come on, man, I thought you were called Jumpman for a reason. But hey, you know what else Mario has in this game? Why, he's got his handy dandy hammer, and you can use that to reach this shine sprite. I swear, when I first played Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, I did not know that that's how you access this shine sprite. I just accepted the fact that I did not have the necessary means to accept or obtain this shine sprite at the time, and that it was just teasing me that I could go and get it later. Because there are other parts of the game that have already done that. You might have seen some cracks in the walls to demonstrate, hey, at some point in the game, you'll gain the ability to break open this crack in the wall and obtain whatever's behind it, but you can't do it now, and I thought that's what that shine sprite was. I thought that I just had to get it later, but no, you can get it now. And also, hey, Goombella, you got anything to say about this place? I haven't spoken to you in this part yet. This is the Glitz Pit lobby. It's pretty nice, actually. Sturdily built, nice decor. And what can you say about that luxurious chandelier except fabulous? I agree. You got anything to say about this? Yo, out of the way, pal. I don't do stories on nobody. Sorry. Move it or lose it. As rude as that is, I kind of get it. How about you, photographer? Move to one side, small fry. The only thing my camera shoots is famous athletes. Fair enough. You got a job to do. Let me not stand in your way any further. I guess we can just go right through the main doors, huh? The doors aren't locked. I don't see some sort of bouncer preventing me from going inside, so I may as well go and see what all the hubbub is about. Oh, look at that. A nice big stage with lights surrounding it. I'm all about that spectacle. Boxing Ring is my favorite stage in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and Super Smash Bros. 3DS and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for a reason. Woo, totally awesome! Check it out, Mario! Someone's about to catch a beating up there! That's right! Oh, I think it's about time for you to feel the rock! Woo, dude just jumped on a spiked enemy and took no damage. Stay down, Pincushion, you don't even want more of this. Why'd you even show up? Yeah, you hear me talking, Wimpy? Stay out of the ring, or feel the burn, baby! Tell you what, do about 1,000,000 push-ups, and then come see Uncle Rockhawk! I'll give you another world-class spanking and send you crying home to mama again! Ooh-wee! Champ, that was a great whooping. Your thoughts on the match? You call that a match? Ain't there a fighter out there who can challenge me? No, no one can! Hear me? Ain't a fighter out there that can make me sweat! You got a bone to pick? Come fight me! Bring it! I'll take on anyone! You weaklings might as well stick to video game fighting, okay? 'Cause I'll hurt you! Yeah! #1, baby! Rockhawk is the champ! Ha 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 ha! Whoa! Look, Mario! There, on the champ's belt! Isn't that a crystal star? Yeah, it totally is! Look at it sparkle! Gotta be a crystal star! Why would that be in a sweaty old pin like this? Well, because it's valuable, it's treasure, it must be earned. And that ties into why this chapter is one of my favorites. Just because it's so different. The contrast between this chapter and the previous ones up to this point is really cool. Because chapter 1 and chapter 2 were all about me getting to a specific location, and at the end of that location, there was a crystal star. And there's something that can be said about how in the first chapter I was getting to the top of a location, and how in chapter 2 I was getting to the bottom of a location. But the fact still stands. The chapter basically ended with me discovering the exact location of the crystal star. In this chapter, we know the location of the crystal star immediately. We know it's on that champion's belt, but we can't quite just go up and grab it now, can we? So what are we gonna do? Well, let's discuss that with Goombella. What do you think we ought to do? We can't just steal that meathead's belt, can we? This stinks. What do we do? Well, I love a good challenge. Goombella, what do you say we battle our way to the top? There you go! You and I are, like, totally on the exact wavelength! Crack a few heads, take a few names, become champ, and nab that belt! So let's get busy, huh? I guess we gotta become official battlers first, right? Oh, I'm getting kinda stoked about this! Let's go find out who runs this shindig! I agree, I'm excited as well. This is a very battle-heavy chapter, but that's what makes it all the more fun. If you really like the battle mechanics of this game, this will really be your time to shine. I suppose we can go straight to the back unless you have something else to say, Goombella? This guy is Glitz Pit security. He has to keep watch on this particular area. You can tell this guy works out all the time. I bet he's built for than the fighters. Well, he's gotta have some muscle to him. He's gotta make sure that some random stragglers just don't go back here and meet with the celebrities, right? What's that, bub? You wanna become a fighter? Well, if you're serious, you better go meet with Mr. Grubba, the promoter. Mr. Grubba's office is just down the hallway. You can't miss it. Head on through. Can't miss it, huh? We'll see about that. I'll show you that I absolutely can miss Grubba's office. It'll be easy. Because inside this little corridor here, it can be somewhat difficult to tell which is the exact location you're supposed to visit. Obviously, you can see on the back side of these doors that there are different tilings and textures on the other side of the doors, but I did want to go ahead and at least showcase some of the things that you can access here. A little bit of foreshadowing, as it were. You can go all the way around to the other side of the building, and if you really want to, you can go ahead and just exit out this door. However, you did have to go ahead and enter on the left-hand side. Well, maybe you didn't. Let's see, Goombella, do you have the same thing to say about this security guard? This guy is Glitz Pit security. He has to keep watch on this particular area. You can tell this guy works out all the time. I bet he's buffer than the fighters. Yeah, we've got the exact same thing to say. Kind of fun that those two characters have the exact same bit of dialogue, but it would have been more fun if it was a little more unique. Let's see. You can jump inside of here for a last stand badge. This will make it so that Mario doesn't take as much damage when he's low on health, and you can use that to your advantage. Although I figure if you're that low on health anyway, this isn't exactly the best badge to equip. I'm sure it can save you in a pinch, but it's really not the most useful badge, and trust me, as I'll demonstrate later on in this chapter, there are plenty of better strategies that you can do when Mario is at that low of health. Also, if you come all the way up here, you can get a hot dog. It refills 5 HP and 5 FP at the same time, so you don't have to use 2 different items to restore your HP and FP. Alternatively, you could just use Sweet Treat, your star power move, but if you don't want to do that, or if you don't have SP, you can get a hot dog right here. Alright. So, as I've demonstrated so far, I did very clearly miss Grubba's office, but I did that intentionally because I wanted to showcase what else you could do. I think it's this one. What's that? You want to be a fighter, bub? Oh, alright, go on in. Mr. Grubba's just inside. It's that easy, huh? You got anything to say about this person, Goombella? This guy is Glitz Pit security. He has to keep watching this particular area. This guy has arms as big as your thighs, Mario. I bet he's buffer than the thigh. Okay, so she did have something slightly different to say about this guy. Glad I checked. All right, excuse me. I'm here to meet with the person in charge. Who in tarnation are you, son? And who let you in? This is Grubba's office. Yep, that's me, Grubba. And you're one rude dude coming in without knocking. I mean, the security guard said I could come in. Isn't he supposed to be the one that knocks? What now? An athlete, huh? You want to be a fighter? Hoo-wee! That do change a thing or two, son. I always got time for an up-and-comer. Yep, this place is packed to the gills with young fighters all primed and are raring to go. I gotta say, son, you're a bit skinny for my taste, but I'm willing to give you a shot. Now, play me straight, son. You want to live the glamorous life of a champ, don't you? Darn Skippy. I love the options in this game. All right, son. I hear where you're coming from, son. Loud and clear. When I was just a poor pup, I didn't give a pokey spatoot for fancy big city ways. But I jumped into the world of martial arts and found my way to fame and riches. And know what I realized? Being rich and famous is diggity dang dynamite! Now, I can't mix it up in the ring no more, but I earned enough to set me for life. You reading me here, son? Dreams do come true, even if they ain't yours exactly. Yep, that's the key, son. Dream big and you'll get big. That's the winner's way. You know, I vibe with that. And when you make it big, you'll look back at all those small dreamers and laugh. You reading me here, son? That's the spirit, Chief. Here, let's have us a little walk and talk. Come on now. Yeah, I mean, dream big. You set your goals too low, you'll bump into them. But I digress. I'm all for dreaming big. I like the cut of your jib. I also like your design. I like your little bow tie. I like your little glasses. And I like your little ponytail coming out of your hat. You got a nice design there, Grubba. Whoa, are you sure we can just walk in here? What if Rockhawk himself was in here taking a nap? Or you probably know he's not in here. He's probably out fighting, right? Now how you like this, Pod? Just feast your eyes. Go on. This is the champion's room. Isn't it a sight? Deluxe! You become champ, son, and you get key to the room. That ain't all, of course. That's on top of the big money and screaming fans. Well, that sounds nice. Yeah, no doubt about it, son. Apply yourself and a life of wealth and comfort awaits. I am appreciating the new extra animations that they added to him, like making him put his arms up and making him have a big old smile when he talks. That was not in the original Thousand Year Door, so I really like that they added it here. Now, here we have the Major League locker room. A lot of contenders here. What do you think, son? Huh? Not exactly glamorous, but it's clean and comfortable. Totally sanitary, too. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I care about my fighters, darn it! I respect it. I respect it a lot, actually. Having a clean workstation is very important. Now, I'm sure you know this already, son, but there ain't but one world champion. Clawing your way to the top and taking the belt to become champ ain't an easy thing. But that's the point, son. Wouldn't be worth it if there weren't no challenge. I can see you got fire for it too, Pard. You got the eye of the tiger there. You're gonna be champ. I can just feel it. I ain't never been so sure about a fighter. Oh, hey, one other thing. You gotta sign an itty-bitty contract to be a fighter. It ain't no thing, just take a second or two of your time. Just jot your name here, okay? Well, as long as you're not taking one of my kidneys or I don't have to name my firstborn after you, I think I'm good to go. Oh, slight controller vibration too, that's fun. You signed the contract! Best thing you've ever done, son. Now, your Mario? Ain't a bad handle. Still, I gotta say, Pard, it lacks a little punch as a fighter's name, get me? Alright, I got it. How about Mario... Two sisters and a brother? No, we'll workshop it. What do you got? Bam! Woo-wee! I got it! From now on, you're gonna be the Great Gonzales! Woo! Ain't that a beaut? Dang, if that ain't a stroke of genius. A name that good comes round once a lifetime. Yep, everyone will soon bow before the Great Gonzales! Make me proud, son! Mario had a dialogue box above his head. Even if it was ellipses, that's the only time Mario's technically spoken in the game! Outside of me selecting those options in the multiple choice menus, I suppose. Yes, sir, you wish to see me? Sure did, hun. Jolene, this is the Great Gonzales, our newest rising star. Be a Peach and take him on down to the minor league locker room, alrighty? Can you not say Peach? It makes me think things. I gotta go ahead and rescue someone of that name. Mr. Gonzales, if you would be so kind, please follow me. You think Princess Peach has satellite TV in that area where she's being held up? You think she could tune into this and watch the Great Gonzales fight some sort of enemy? Oh, and I do appreciate that little detail of the dialogue box, little like triangle following Ms. Jolene as she walks. Anyway, first and foremost, what Mr. Grubba says goes, period. Also, as per your contract, you cannot quit until Mr. Grubba releases you. There are many other small guidelines that I will explain as they become relevant. Yeah, but are these matches broadcasted on television? Because if so, then Princess Peach can definitely watch. Oh, and I guess that Chinese violin does play in this song, too. Hey, this locker room isn't as nice as the other one. Is it supposed to act as motivation for me to climb up the ranks to get bigger and nicer things? Psychologically training me to become better? You're starting in the minor league, of course, as you've just now started your career. If you don't like this dingy room, I suggest you work your way up through the ranks. Yeah, that's what I figured. When you're ready to fight, you just log on to this computer terminal here. Mr. Grubba will then decide who you'll match up against. You will have no say in this. Why don't you try it once? Walk up to the screen and log in with A. Then pick Ranked Match. Very well. So, this game did originally release back in 2004. That was back when the Game Boy Advance was really sweeping the market. So, it stands to reason that Nintendo would want to promote the Game Boy Advance in this game, and I do appreciate that it's still here in the remake. Anyway, though it's a Game Boy Advance as we know it, as far as this game is concerned, it is our way to register for our next match. Oh, they added a little animation of Mario pointing and hitting the button. That's fun, and I do appreciate that it did have the Game Boy Advance jingle when I pressed it. Alright, so we're gonna view the rankings real quickly. Let's see what we got. You needn't know this now, but your current rank is 20th, the very lowest rank. Now, select Ranked Match. Yes, sorry. So we're ranked 20, the lowest rank. 19 people to beat, plus, I guess, rank 1, and it might, like, Rockhawk might be his own thing. But alright, Ranked Match then. I don't suppose we can go straight to the top and fight ranked 1. You know, tennis bracket style, have the lowest ranked fight the highest ranked. Well, howdy, Gonzales. Ready to get your fists sturdy, huh? There you go, son. I got a treat for you. Your first battle's gonna be against the Goomba Bros. Don't you worry about them. They'll be a piece of cake. Just mop them up, okay, son? Hey, we want to get everyone fired up, though, so appeal to the crowd at least once. You got any questions about detailed rules, just ask the lovely Miss Jolene, okay, son? Well, good luck, Pod. Okay, your battle is reserved. At this point, you just wait until security comes for you. Fighting is pretty basic. The team that drops the opponent's HP to 0 first wins. Simply winning is not enough. When Mr. Grubba sets fight conditions, follow them. In this case, the condition is to appeal to the crowd at least once. Fairly easy. If you satisfy the condition and win, you can battle a higher ranked opponent next. If you lose the match or don't satisfy the condition, your rank will stay the same. If you can get your rank up to 11th, you'll get a shot at the Major League. That's about all you need to know for now. Do you understand all that? I got it. Climb the ranks. Make my way to glory. Okay, good. For now, just wait until security comes to get you, Mr. Gonzales. Mr. Gonzales. I like the sound of that. Oh, but this place could use an absolute makeover. Oh, well, there's no time to get into that. Less interior decoration, more fighting. There will be plenty of other opportunities to talk about the decoration of scenery, but for now, this is a fighting-focused chapter. Let's head on in. Okay, security's here to escort you to the ring. Try not to get completely destroyed out there. Okay, I'll just get a little destroyed, no big deal. Technically, I don't have to go just yet. If I wanted to, I can open up the locker doors and discover that people are using them. Not this one, though. I can close the door on myself. Oh, but a nice little touch is that you can see the silhouette of Mario within this locker. I don't think that detail was in the original 1000-Year Door. But rest assured, you will not get locked in. Oh, if you open this one, you can get yourself a dizzy dial. Could be useful if you're really struggling against these enemies, but I don't foresee myself having any difficulties. This should be easy. But yep, just getting rewarded for exploring the place. Here is a giant block. I cannot break this, but Goombella does have something to say about it. This is a big yellow block. It looks too sturdy to break it with your current hammer. But if you find a more powerful hammer, then look out, block. Fair enough. All right, anything else? Anything else I should know about? No. Do we all gotta share the same one bed? I suppose we could, but I'm good right now. I don't want to share someone else's sheets. And you could actually go and talk to all the other characters in here. I'll do that a little later, but just so you know, these are all other fighters that you will fight in the Glitz Pit. You will eventually fight everyone in this room. But for now, let's get it going. Oh wait, Goombella, you got something to say about this guy? This guy is Glitz Pit security. He has to keep watch in this particular area. You can tell this guy works it all the time. I bet he's buffer than the fighters. Aw. That's the same that you said about the security guards outside this room. I do appreciate that you changed your dialogue for that one security guard. That was pretty fun. Square enough, next folks are the Meteorite Hardheads, the Goomba Bros! And a newcomer with a hankering for hammering, the Great Gonzales! The Goomba Bros have been waiting and getting all head up for the fight. Let's check in. How do, Goomba Bros? How are y'all feeling today? You ready for this fight? Ha! Are you kidding, man? We're always ready to bonk a fool or two. Who's this Gonzales rookie? A cocky idiot, that's who. Waiting just makes us mad. We're gonna teach this tardy punk how to respect fighters with seniority. I think maybe you ought to call an ambulance for him now, just to save time later. How do you get an ambulance up here? I mean, I'm sure they have EMT or on something on site, right? Hot diggity dang, 5 fans, there's the Great Gonzales now, stride it on up. So cinematic, I love it. I'll tell you, this rookie's got some guts, strolling up late like he owns the place, whoo! Sorry, I was checking all the lockers. Okay, now Gonzales, listen up. Let me just explain the rules of the match real quick. Have a bonk, punk. Woo! Your opponent struck first, let's get it on! Guitar riff straight into it. Boom, straight into the super guard. Hey, those total cowards! Those chickens attacked us before the bell rang! Oh, that is it! Come on! We aren't losing to punks like them! Let's waste him! Aw, quit crying, will ya? That was just a little welcome gift for the rookie. Where's our thank you? Appeals to the crowd at least once. Alright, so a lot of different things going on. Number 1, in the lower left corner, we do have an objective that I have to follow before the match is over. I have to appeal at least once. Let's go ahead and get that over. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I've got a check mark on it. Yeah, in the original 1,000-year door, that objective did not show up in the lower left corner, so that's nice. Number 2, the music. Oh, the music. I love it so much. I'm just gonna take my time with this battle so I can really talk about the music, because when Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door was announced, we knew that the songs in the game would get remade, right? That seems pretty standard par for the course for a game that's a remake and not just a direct port, right? And so gameplay previews started to come out for this game about a month or two before it came out, and as such, darn it, I thought if I didn't acknowledge it, I would actually be able to counter all of the enemies while I was talking about the music. But anyway, when Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door first started getting gameplay previews, people started to realize, oh snap, they have different battle songs depending on where you are in the game. And someone posted a gameplay preview of the Glitz Pit, and I heard this song for the first time, and I just like was shaking. I was like, I need it. I need it. That song that just played during that battle that I just spoke over makes me so happy and is like the perfect summarization of how much I love the extra details in this game. They did not have to do new battle themes for every location in the game, but they did, and that one is a banger. Listen to this guy, he's like a poet of the arena. I'll tell you what I just saw, folks. Oh, whoopin', this kid's got skills. We got ourselves a new hero. Let's hear it for him, folks. Yeah, the Great Gonzales! Woo! Not much of an audience now, but as I climb the ranks, I'm sure more people want to come and watch me. Not too shabby for a first fight, Gonzales. You got some promise. Anyways, I'll be heading out now. Go and get your fight money from Jolene. Fight money, you say? Well, I'm glad I get paid. Here's your fight money of 5 coins, Mr. Gonzales. There we are. There you go, rose to 19. I guess Jolene would have to pay me because normally when you would do battles against enemies here in the real world, you would get money by having them spawn coins on the overworld map. But since they won't be spawning coins on the overworld map, Miss Jolene will go ahead and pick up the coins that I would have obtained otherwise, and she'll go ahead and give them to me. Your rank went up because you met the conditions. The next fight will not be set up until you select ranked match on the terminal. You can also check your current ranking on the terminal screen. Feel free to do whatever you like until your next fight. Whatever I like, huh? You have a nice day, Mr. Gonzales. See you later. Well, you know what I want to do? Yo, Rook, how was your first fight? I'm King K, just a Bush League scrub like you. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm a scrub, but good meeting you, man. You look like a stand-up dude. I think I can hang with you. Oh, he's actually nice. I like that. Hey, so why don't you meet the gang, huh? This guy here is Master Crash. Nice to meet you. Bomb! Well, now that we've gotten to know each other, I will give you advice. Bomb! As Miss Jolene was saying, you better bomb obey Mr. Grubba's conditions. If you can't clear the conditions and win, your rank won't go up even if you win the match. Bomb! Yeah, my man has, you know, some advice, quirky speech going on, but his advice holds up most of the time. Not just sometimes. Bomb! Advice is always useful. Bomb, bomb! Right, man, whatever. Anyway, this lead machine over here is Bandy Andy. Nice to meet you. I'm not here too often, but if you see me around, feel free to say hi. Oh yeah, if you sleep in the bed over there, you'll recover HP and FP, and you'll fully recover. Yeah. It's not like the cushy bed in the champ's room though. It doesn't refill star power. Okay, cool. And this last guy with the sweet purple kicks is known as Kleptor. Grok, Kleptor no like make friend with mustache. Easy there, Clef man. He isn't the friendliest guy, but you get used to him. Anyway, that's the core minor league crew. You need something? Ask us. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. You and me are gonna have to square off eventually, so good luck, man. That's awfully nice of you. A little too nice. But hey, I dig it. This is Goombella. She knows everything. Oh, and this is Coops. He would look like you if he put some sunglasses on. Oh, and this is Flurry. Which reminds me, these lockers are unisex, right? Like, is there a place where we can get dressed if we really need to? Well, whatever. What do you say we go ahead and actually look at the rankings now that Miss Jolene isn't in here to tell me no? All right, so let me see here. Welcome to the automated match reservation simple. Okay, so we're gonna view rankings. All right, and we can see that Rockhawk is at the top. Yeah, so rank 1 is technically someone else, and Rockhawk is his own thing. Ooh, and I like these silhouettes. That's a nice detail. That was not in the original 1,000-Year Door. Yeah, this lets you know whom you shall be fighting in the future. And yes, I use whom. I know the difference between who and whom, but I digress. It foreshadows your upcoming enemies. So I'll be fighting the KP Koopas and the Poke Triplets, and then I'll be climbing the way all the way up to rank 1. Now let's see, exhibition match, that seems newer. All fighters wishing to take part in exhibition matches must first hear an explanation of the rules. For exhibition matches, fighters can choose their opponents when reserving a match. Your ranking is not affected when you take part in exhibition matches. There are also no promoter requests. Otherwise, they proceed the same as ranked matches. You will receive fight money for these matches. You can increase your opponent options by increasing your rank. This concludes the explanation. Please choose review rules if you need to hear them again. So I suppose this exists so that you can freely fight any of the enemies in the game. I imagine this is here for convenience, yes, but it's also here so that you can more easily fill out the tattle log. Basically, all the enemies in here are required to complete the tattle log. They are enemies, right? But if you wanted to rematch certain enemies after you defeated them, you would have to lower your rank in order to get paired up against them again. So it wasn't exactly easy or straightforward to fill out your tattle log in Chapter 3 unless you tattled enemies as you went along. In this game, they added an exhibition match feature so that you can freely battle any enemies that you might have not tattled previously, and that way you can get their tattles this time around. Basically, you can freely battle any of the enemies that you've already defeated, so I'll go ahead and have a rematch against the Goomba Bros real quickly. This time, they won't get the first strike. Your exhibition match has been registered. Please wait in the locker room. A security guard will escort you. I'm all for it. And now we can go ahead and do some laps around the locker room. No, we can't. We can't even complete one lap. Wow, you guys are ready and those Goombas are ready for a match. Makes me curious though. Where do you think they hang out? Because they clearly don't hang out in here. You think they just hang out by the hot dog stand or something outside? Also, shoutouts to Mario, giving that security guard a thumbs up on the way out. I don't know. Just Mario giving a thumbs up to everybody is so silly, but also just so in character. For our next battle, we got the merciless executioner, the Great Gonzales, and the meteorite hardheads. Yep, a fight to the finish with the Goomba Bros. We are gonna lose the likes of you! Remember guys, we're bros. If we continue our strength, we'll ruin anybody. Get yourselves ready to battle! There we go, now we can have a natural battle against these guys. I don't have to clear any objective and they don't get to have a first strike. Now they are still Goombas at the end of the day, and of course I have already tattled on them previously, so I can't just go ahead and wrap up this battle right here, right now. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect, even got the excellent. I love it. All of that for 1 star point and 5 coins, but you know what? I think it was worth it for the content. And it was worth it to listen to that battle music again. Well, I say listen loosely. We got ourselves a winner, the Great Gonzales! See? No biggie! If we beat them once, we can beat them twice. Easy peasy. Done and done. Here's your fight money of 4 coins, Mr. Gonzales. Oh, we got less than last time. Whatever. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going. Man, you know, getting 1 star points and 5 coins, that was worth it, but getting 1 star point and 4 coins? Not worth it at all. But hey, free bed's a free bed. All right. I don't know how well I'll be able to sleep with all these other characters in here making a ruckus, but I'll give it a try. As that one other bandit character mentioned, it will restore your HP and FP, but it won't restore your star points. You gotta be a little more strategic with it. And also, speaking of strategic, I thought it would be fun for this chapter, since it's so battle heavy, to showcase various strategies that you can do to make yourself absolutely busted. There are different badges and different items that you can buy to make Mario and his partners super powerful. And I'll show those strategies off after I talk to this guy. This guy is Glitz Pit security. He has to keep watching this particular area. You can tell this guy works out all the time, but he's bad for the other fighters. Yeah, you say that about everyone, Goombella. But rest assured, over the course of this chapter, I'm going to showcase various strategies that you can do to make Mario and his partners super duper powerful so that you can win just about every fight, every time. But for now, that wraps up this part of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos, and I hope that you'll join me as I conquer the Glitz Pit. Woo! And so, we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please click on the like button or leave a comment. Either of those actions would really help me out. If you wish to see more of my gameplay content, please click the subscribe button so that you can be notified each time I post a new video. And if you click on the bell icon, you can customize how often you receive notifications. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, and I hope to see you around in the future. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh!